Hi, I'm R.C. Wilkinson from Open Door Ministries, Long Beach, California, and we're here teaching you how to speak Christian. And today we're going to look at the word sin. Sin is one of those big words that bothers a lot of people because oftentimes we don't know exactly what it means. You've probably heard that sin has been described as missing the mark, but it's awful hard to tell what the mark is if it's never been described to you. So we're going to try to figure that out. If you go to different churches, you're going to find out that they have different lists of sins. For some churches, it's simply don't break the 10 commandments. Don't murder, don't steal, don't lie. However, for other churches, not only is it don't break the 10 commandments, but it's a whole list of other things like don't dance, don't smoke, don't drink, don't gamble, women shouldn't wear pants, women shouldn't wear too much makeup, women shouldn't wear too much jewelry. How do you know what it actually is? What is sin and what's not? Theologians tell us that we as human beings are created in the image of God, and that when we violate this image of God, that is when we're sinning. So for example, if you believe that we are rational creatures, like God is a rational creature, then sin would be defined as being irrational. Or if you believe that we are made in the image of God, in that we have freedom of choice, like God has freedom of choice, then sin would be abusing that freedom. Or if you believe that we are made in the image of God and that we have dominion and power over this world, like God has dominion and power over this world, then sin would be abusing that dominion and power in some way. I think that Jesus summed it up best when he said that the two greatest commandments were to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, and mind, and to love your neighbor as yourself. And since God defines himself as love, because the Bible says that God is love, then sin becomes any act that is unloving. So what is it with churches and their great big long list of the do's and don'ts? Well, a lot of those lists are based upon the Old Testament holiness code, which is no longer relevant for 21st century Christianity. Why do they choose to follow these things? Well, the truth is, it's really a lot easier to follow a whole list of do's and don'ts, like don't smoke, don't drink, don't gamble, than it is to actually love my neighbor. Love is a harder thing to do than to just follow a bunch of rules. If you really want to know how to love, then we just need to follow the example of Jesus. Jesus came to earth as a human being to give us an example of how to treat each other in a loving way. Every act, every word, everything that Jesus did showed us how to love one another. So in the end, it really all is about Jesus. It really all is about love. Well, that's it for today. Short and simple. Sin is simply an unloving act. And I'll be back again with some more words, and until then, God bless.